My beloved child, do not skip this message. What you are about to hear is not a coincidence. There is a reason these words have found you at this exact moment. Take a deep breath, quiet the noise around you, and listen carefully. Archangel Michael says, "This is your miracle window." For a long time, you have been waiting for a sign. You have prayed, hoped, and wondered when your circumstances would finally begin to change. There were moments when you felt like giving up. Moments when you questioned whether your prayers were being heard. Moments when you felt forgotten by the very heaven you were calling upon. But today, heaven wants you to know that you have not been forgotten. My child, something is shifting. The spiritual atmosphere around you is not the same as it was before. Doors that seemed permanently closed are beginning to unlock. Obstacles that looked impossible to overcome are starting to lose their power. What has been delayed is moving again. Archangel Michael stands as a symbol of courage, protection, and strength. And the message being placed before you today is simple: do not let fear steal this moment from you. The enemy has spent too much time convincing you that nothing will change. He has whispered doubts into your mind. He has reminded you of past failures. He has tried to make you believe that your best days are behind you. But my beloved child, those whispers are not the truth. The truth is that you have survived every challenge that was meant to break you. The truth is that you are stronger than you realize. The truth is that I have been preparing you during the very season you thought was defeating you. This is why this moment matters. A miracle does not always arrive as a dramatic event. Sometimes it begins with a decision. Sometimes it begins with a conversation. Sometimes it begins with an opportunity appearing where there once seemed to be none. The miracle starts when what seemed impossible begins to move. In the next moments, I want you to release the weight you have been carrying. Release the fear. Release the disappointment. Release the belief that your situation can never improve. Because this is your miracle window. A season that felt frozen is beginning to thaw. A chapter that felt empty is about to receive new pages. A prayer that seemed unanswered is closer to fulfillment than you think. Do not focus on what you cannot see. Focus on the one who sees what you cannot. My child, the next 2 minutes are not about predicting the future. They are about awakening your faith. They are about reminding you that hope is still alive. They are about preparing your heart to recognize the blessings that are already moving toward you. Stay with this message, because what Archangel Michael reveals next may be exactly what your spirit has been waiting to hear. My beloved child, if you are still here, it is because something inside your spirit refuses to give up. Even after the disappointments. Even after the delays. Even after the countless times you wondered whether things would ever change. A small flame of hope remains within you, and that flame is more powerful than you realize. Archangel Michael says that many of you have been standing at the edge of a breakthrough without knowing it. You have been looking at the obstacles in front of you, unaware that movement has already begun behind the scenes. What appears unchanged in the physical world is not always unchanged in the spiritual world. For months, perhaps even years, you have carried burdens that were never meant to be carried alone. You worried about your future. You worried about your finances. You worried about relationships, family, and unanswered questions. Some nights you stayed awake thinking about problems that seemed impossible to solve. Yet through it all, you continued moving forward. That matters more than you know. Every time you chose faith over despair, you became stronger. Every time you got back up after being knocked down, you proved that your story was not finished. Every time you whispered a prayer when nobody else could hear, heaven heard every word. My child, there are blessings that are often prepared long before they appear. Seeds are planted before harvests arrive. Foundations are built before houses stand. In the same way, many of the things you have been praying for require preparation before manifestation. Do not mistake preparation for rejection. Do not mistake waiting for abandonment. Do not mistake silence for absence. Just because you cannot see movement does not mean movement is not happening. Archangel Michael reminds you today that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing to move forward despite fear. Courage is believing that better days are possible even when present circumstances seem difficult. Courage is trusting that your current chapter is not the final chapter. There are opportunities approaching that you cannot yet see. There are connections being formed that you do not yet understand. There are answers moving toward you that have not yet arrived. The pieces are slowly coming together. This is why you must guard your heart against hopelessness. Hopelessness will tell you that nothing is changing. Faith will remind you that change is already underway. Hopelessness will focus on what is missing. Faith will focus on what is possible. My beloved child, the miracle window is not merely about receiving something. It is also about becoming someone. It is about becoming stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the future that awaits you. You have survived too much to quit now. You have come too far to turn back now. You have endured too much to stop believing now. The next chapter is closer than you think. The breakthrough is nearer than you realize. And as this miracle window continues to open, you may soon discover that what seemed like a delay was actually divine timing preparing everything for the perfect moment. Stay with this message, my child, because what Archangel Michael reveals next may help you understand why this season of waiting has been necessary all along. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says that there is a reason you have felt an unusual pull to this message today. Your spirit has been searching for reassurance. Deep inside, you have been asking whether the struggles you have endured have meaning. You have been wondering whether the sacrifices, the waiting, and the tears were worth it. Today, heaven wants you to know that nothing has been wasted. Every challenge you faced taught you something. Every setback strengthened something within you. Every closed door redirected you away from something that was not meant for your future. Even the moments that felt painful were shaping you into the person you are becoming. My child, there were times when you thought you were losing. There were times when circumstances convinced you that you had fallen behind. You watched others move ahead while your own prayers seemed delayed. You compared your journey to theirs and questioned why your path appeared so difficult. But Archangel Michael says you were never falling behind. You were being prepared. Preparation often feels uncomfortable because it requires growth. Growth requires patience. And patience is one of the hardest lessons for the human heart to learn. Yet some of the greatest blessings arrive only after the necessary preparation has been completed. Right now, Many things are happening beyond your sight. Conversations are taking place. Circumstances are changing. Opportunities are developing. What appears still on the surface is actually moving underneath. Just because you cannot see it does not mean it is not happening. My beloved child, stop measuring your future by your current circumstances. Your present situation is only a snapshot, not the entire story. A single chapter cannot tell you how the book ends. There is a tendency to focus on what is missing. You think about the opportunity that has not arrived, the answer that has not come, the relationship that has not healed, or the goal that has not yet been reached. But Archangel Michael asks you to shift your focus. Look at what has already been accomplished. Look at the obstacles you have already overcome. Look at the strength you have already gained. Look at how far you have already come. The fact that you are still standing is evidence that you are stronger than you think. The miracle window is opening because you are entering a season where persistence will begin to produce visible results. Seeds planted in faith do not remain buried forever. Eventually, they break through the surface. Eventually, growth becomes visible. Eventually, the harvest arrives. This is not the time to quit. This is not the time to surrender to doubt. This is not the time to let fear make your decisions. Instead, this is the time to trust. Trust that your journey has purpose. Trust that your waiting has meaning. Trust that what is meant for you is moving closer every day. Archangel Michael says that many of you are much nearer to your breakthrough than you realize. What feels distant may be closer than it appears. What feels impossible may be only one step away from becoming reality. So hold on, my beloved child. Keep your faith alive. Keep your heart open. Keep moving forward one day at a time. Because the miracle window has not closed, it is opening wider. And what is waiting on the other side may exceed every expectation you once thought was impossible. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says that this is the moment to stop looking at your life through the lens of fear. Fear has told you that your situation will never change. Fear has whispered that your prayers have gone unanswered. Fear has convinced you that the obstacles in front of you are too great to overcome. But fear is not your future. The truth is that you are standing in a season of transition. Even if you cannot see every detail, things are moving. Paths are being prepared. Opportunities are drawing near. What once seemed impossible is beginning to shift in ways you may not yet recognize. For too long, you have carried the weight of uncertainty. You wanted guarantees before taking the next step. You wanted clear answers before moving forward. You wanted proof before choosing faith. Yet some of life's greatest blessings require trust before understanding arrives. Archangel Michael says that many of the battles you have faced were not meant to destroy you. They were meant to reveal your strength. Every challenge taught you resilience. Every setback taught you endurance. Every disappointment taught you wisdom. You are not the same person you were when this journey began. My child, do not overlook the growth that has taken place within you. The person who once doubted their ability to continue is still moving forward. The person who once felt overwhelmed is still standing. The person who thought they would break has discovered strength they never knew existed. That strength was not created overnight. It was developed through every difficult season you survived. Now a new season is approaching. The miracle window is not simply about receiving blessings. It is about stepping into a greater understanding of who you are and what you are capable of becoming. Many times you focused on what was being withheld, while heaven was focused on what was being built within you. Archangel Michael says there are connections, opportunities, and answers that are aligning at this very moment. What seems delayed is not forgotten. What seems distant is not unreachable. What seems impossible is not beyond the reach of divine timing. Do not allow old disappointments to create new limitations. Just because something did not work out before does not mean it will fail again. Just because one door closed does not mean every door will remain shut. Every new day carries possibilities that did not exist yesterday. My beloved child, the miracle you seek may not arrive exactly as you imagined. Sometimes the greatest blessings come in forms you did not expect. Sometimes the answer to your prayer looks different from the picture you created in your mind. But that does not make it any less valuable. Remain open. Remain hopeful. Remain willing to trust. The days ahead may contain moments that surprise you. You may find yourself standing before opportunities you never anticipated. You may receive answers from unexpected places. You may discover that the path forward was being prepared all along. Archangel Michael says that your responsibility is not to control every outcome. Your responsibility is to keep your faith stronger than your fear. Keep your hope stronger than your doubt. Keep your focus on the possibilities ahead rather than the disappointments behind. The miracle window remains open, my child. The story is still unfolding. And with every step you take in faith, you move closer to the blessings, breakthroughs, and opportunities that have been making their way toward you all this time. Stay with this message, because the next revelation may help you see why this season is becoming one of the most important turning points in your journey. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says that many of you have been asking the same question over and over again: when will my miracle arrive? You have prayed with sincerity. You have waited with patience. You have held on through seasons that tested your faith. Yet there were moments when you felt as though nothing was changing. But listen carefully. Not all miracles arrive in an instant. Some miracles arrive step by step. Some miracles begin long before they become visible. Some miracles are already in motion while you are still praying for them. My beloved child, there are things happening around you that you cannot yet see. Doors are being prepared. Obstacles are being removed. People are being positioned. Circumstances are shifting. The pieces of your story are moving into place according to a timing greater than your own. Archangel Michael says that what feels like a delay is often a period of preparation. If the blessing had arrived too soon, you might not have been ready to receive it. If the opportunity had appeared earlier, you might not have recognized its value. If the answer had come immediately, you might have missed the lessons that were necessary for your growth. Do not underestimate what has been happening within you during this waiting season. You have become stronger. You have become wiser. You have become more resilient. You have learned how to keep moving forward even when the road was difficult. Those qualities will serve you well in the chapter ahead. My child, there are moments in life when everything seems quiet just before a major shift occurs. A seed remains hidden beneath the soil before it breaks through the surface. Dawn remains unseen for a time before the first light appears. In the same way, many breakthroughs remain invisible until the moment they suddenly become impossible to ignore. That is why you must not lose hope now. You are closer than you think. Closer to answers. Closer to healing. Closer to opportunity. Closer to the change you have been praying for. Archangel Michael says that fear wants you to focus on everything that could go wrong. Faith invites you to consider everything that could go right. Fear keeps your eyes on the obstacles. Faith keeps your eyes on the possibilities. Choose faith. Choose hope. Choose to believe that your story is still being written. There are people who have underestimated you because they only saw your struggles. They did not see your perseverance. They did not see the battles you fought in private. They did not see the strength it took to keep going when giving up would have been easier. But heaven sees every sacrifice, every prayer, every act of courage, every step forward. Nothing has been overlooked. My beloved child, the miracle window remains open. The chapter you are entering may not look exactly as you expected, but it has the potential to be more beautiful than you imagined. Trust the process. Trust the timing. Trust that what is meant for you is finding its way to you. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith alive. Keep moving forward one step at a time. Because what Archangel Michael reveals next may help you understand why the waiting season is almost over, and why your breakthrough may be nearer than ever before. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says that as this miracle window continues to open, there is something important you must understand. The breakthrough you have been waiting for is not only about changing your circumstances. It is also about transforming your perspective. Many times, the greatest miracle begins within the heart before it becomes visible in the world around you. You have spent so much time focusing on what is missing that you have forgotten how much you have already overcome. Think about the battles you survived. Think about the storms that threatened to overwhelm you. Think about the moments when you thought there was no way forward, yet somehow you found the strength to keep going. That strength was not an accident. It was being built for a reason. Archangel Michael says that you are stronger today than you were yesterday, wiser than you were before, and more prepared than you realize. The challenges that once seemed unbearable have shaped you into someone capable of carrying greater responsibilities and receiving greater blessings. My child, there are seasons when life feels like a closed door. You knock. You wait. You pray. You hope. Yet nothing appears to happen. But sometimes the door is not locked. Sometimes it is simply waiting for the right moment to open. This is why patience is so important. Patience is not passive waiting. Patience is active trust. It is choosing to believe that even when you cannot see movement, movement is still taking place. Archangel Michael says that many of the answers you seek are already closer than you think. The opportunity you have been hoping for. The healing you have been praying for. The clarity you have been asking for. The breakthrough you have been longing for. These things may not be as far away as they appear. Do not let discouragement cloud your vision. Discouragement has a way of making small obstacles look enormous. It has a way of making temporary delays feel permanent. It has a way of convincing you that your future will be limited by your present circumstances. But your future is not defined by your current situation. Your future is shaped by the choices you make today and the faith you carry into tomorrow. My beloved child, there is a reason you were guided to this message. It is a reminder that hope is still alive. It is a reminder that your story is still unfolding. It is a reminder that no matter how difficult the journey has been, there is still purpose ahead. Archangel Michael says to pay attention in the coming days. Be alert to unexpected opportunities. Be open to new possibilities. Be willing to take steps of faith when the moment arrives. Sometimes miracles appear quietly before they become obvious. Do not dismiss what seems small. A small opportunity can lead to a great blessing. A small decision can change a life. A small act of faith can open a door you never imagined possible. The miracle window remains open, my child. The waiting season is teaching its final lessons. The preparation is nearing completion. The pieces are moving into place. Keep believing. Keep trusting. Keep moving forward. Because what is ahead may reveal that every prayer, every tear, every moment of patience, and every act of faith was leading you toward a future more beautiful than you could see from where you stand today. My beloved child, as this message comes to its conclusion, Archangel Michael wants you to leave with one truth firmly planted in your heart: your story is not over. No matter what challenges you have faced, no matter how long you have waited, and no matter how impossible your situation may appear today, there is still hope ahead of you. The miracle window was never meant to fill you with fear or make you anxious about the future. It was meant to remind you that heaven has not forgotten you. It was meant to awaken your faith and help you see that possibilities still exist beyond your current circumstances. For too long, you have carried worries that were never meant to stay on your shoulders. You have replayed disappointments, questioned your worth, and wondered whether better days would ever come. But now it is time to release those burdens. Release the fear. Release the doubt. Release the belief that your best days are behind you. My beloved child, your best days are not behind you. They are still ahead. Archangel Michael says that every challenge you survived has prepared you for the blessings that are coming. Every setback taught you something valuable, every closed door redirected you toward a better path. Even the seasons that seemed empty were shaping your future in ways you could not yet understand. One day you will look back and realize that what felt like a delay was actually protection. What felt like rejection was actually redirection. What felt like silence was actually preparation. And what felt like an ending was actually the beginning of a brand new chapter. Do not be afraid of the future. Walk toward it with confidence. Walk toward it with faith. Walk toward it knowing that you have already overcome so much. The same strength that carried you through your hardest days will carry you through whatever comes next. Keep your heart open to new opportunities. Keep your mind focused on hope. Keep your spirit anchored in faith. There will be moments ahead that remind you why you never gave up. There will be answers where there were once questions. There will be peace where there was once worry. There will be joy where there was once sadness. And when those moments arrive, take a moment to remember this message. Remember that you were never alone. Remember that your struggles did not define you. Remember that your waiting was not wasted. Remember that every step of the journey was leading you toward growth, wisdom, and purpose. My beloved child, stand tall. Lift your head. The miracle window remains open, and the future is filled with possibilities. Trust the path before you. Trust the lessons behind you. Trust that good things can still happen. May peace fill your heart, courage guide your steps, and hope light your way. Your journey continues. Your purpose remains. Your future is waiting. And the best chapter of your story is still to come. Amen.